All right, everybody, welcome to today's episode of Painting with Eric. I'm up here in the San Bernadino Mountains near Big Bear, camping. I do a camping trip every year where my friends and I, we drink and then see how long it takes to recover every year. Pretty rough. Anyway, so here we are. This is going to be our scene, okay? Got a nice little path, a couple of trees. I'm going to probably knock out some other stuff, and I want to bring the skyline down a little just to make it, so we go like really off into that recession. So we got a path, like a really nice obscured background, and then the verticals and everything. All right, so that's what we're going to do. That's the plan. Don't drink while you're hungover. Okay, let's get going. For starters, we have yellow, white, blue, red. Cad, yellow, cad, and that's it. Okay, just the usual colors, nothing fancy here. Here we go. All right, for those of you playing the home game, I got myself a new camera that has a built-in brush is trash. There's a built-in built-in microphone with a windshield, so we don't have to deal with the wind anymore. Okay, so again, we're going to start with a with an outline drawing sketch to just kind of lay in our idea for what we want to do. So we're going to mix up a puddle of color using the red, the blue, and the yellow, and you have to the amount that you mix them all is based on your numerology divided by Mercury being in retrograde. All right, you guys got a little bit? Put in my little registration marks so I know where I'm laying everything in here, and let's get drawn. This is actually a fallen tree, but I'm going to paint it as a rock. By the way, this board that I'm using, this is a it's hardboard, not masonite, hardboard, because apparently you can't really get masonite somewhere for some reason. I don't know. That's what the guy at the lumber store said. Anyway, and then is what I did is I used gesso, like I don't know, like the old style gesso that's double boiler, this and that, rabbit skin glue with all kinds of really wonderful chemicals in it and everything. And there's like 4 coats, and then you do a nice sanding, and you get like just a beautiful. A nice, beautiful, really pretty smooth, but just enough tooth on it, and it only costs you a little bit of time and effort and a lot less money than buying a piano. And this how this grass in the path matches in here is going to be really cool because it's going to be really subtle. I hope so. I don't know what's really going to happen until you do it. So as it comes back here, there's a couple of little plants and bushes and something over here, and the path, it goes like uphill here. There's some branches, so the path goes up here. Even though I set up in a shady spot, the sun seems to move faster up here for some reason. I do not know why. It's just because of global warming or something. I don't know. Okay, let's continue some of these. There's a tree here I'm going to put in. And now you notice I'm actually, recognizing, here's my registration marks. I'm not putting it in the middle, even though it's kind of in the middle. I'm not putting that tree there. All right, I'm designing where that tree is going. Okay, now back in this area, okay, so basically, I'm going to go back with some white, some yellow, just to warm it up. Let's see what we get here first of all. Yeah, need a little more yellow than white. Remember, white's usually pretty thick, so keep it thin, at least in this stage. This stage being the composition or drawing in stage. So this background area here is going to be, really set back. There's you got to simplify it, okay? There's like a lot of trees, a lot of landscape, a lot of everything, but we have to simplify it because why? Anybody? Because that's not our subject. Our subject is up over here. So this is the background is going to be knocked back, and a lot of detail taken out of it. Simplify. Oh, okay. So basically, at this point, our drawing is done. The if you want to call it the composition, the drawing part, all that good stuff. That's pretty much done at this point. Okay, it's drawn. So now we're going in with the blocking in stage, or the underpainting. So now we're actually going to try and set some of these values, set some of the some of the colors, but mostly it's a lot of value, and maybe a little more composition as needed, but definitely we're starting to block things in. So now as I come forward a little, I'm going to bring in some yellow, just a titch of blue, keep it thin. All right, because what we're going to do is put in a lot of this sunlight right here. Oh my God, we're going to put in some white. And I'm still working within the same puddle of color. My other camera, I have a plan for using 2 cameras now, and the other one didn't. I brought the wrong cord for the battery pack, so guess what, guys? I'm getting the short end of that stick. Let's see if this is warming up a little more. There we go. Okay, so I'm just creating a little bit of texture here. Now that we have that more or less blocked in, and with the whole background area, so this like whole background up in here and everything is going to be pretty like solid, like tree, if you will. Okay, so that's like going to be solid tree, but we have to block that in. But we are going to put out some color called yellow ochre. Okay, so if you're asking why I put out yellow ochre, the answer is that it helps with some dirt stuff. It's just like a nice shortcut to get me some dirt type colors. Okay, that's it. Don't read into it. Okay, once again, we are just doing the block in. All right, just the underpainting block in. Make sure we got everything where we want it to go. I'm going to switch up brushes though. I'm going to use a bigger brush that gives me a lot more potential in terms of smearing it. So it's a bristle brush. These are pretty good. These are Isabi Speciales from France. These are pretty good. I'm not endorsed. I do not promote. You can buy them on the website. I don't get anything for it. I'm just saying these are pretty good brushes. Okay, so we have this rock and a little tree and a lot of bushes and everything. But like I said, we need to block this in up here. Okay, and this is it's gonna be pretty gray. I gotta be honest. It's gonna be like a pretty, just a really gray type thing. And the reason is because it is just dark back there. And it's just really a backdrop for everything that you have up front. Now as I mix it more, is it going to match what this is up here? No, not even. That's okay. Now, even though it's not, in the scene, it's pretty much all train in the background, but I'm going to, leave this up here so that your eye has a way to travel through the painting and exit the painting. So as we come up here, we can go up. Okay, so that's your painting design. Let's go ahead and fill some of this in so that we can, and again, here I'm actually really trying to build texture to kind of give the suggestion that, yeah, there's a lot of stuff back there. There's a lot of trees, a lot of brambles, a lot of this and that. So it is important to give a lot of texture at this point. By the way, so drinking last night, so I had like, I don't know, probably like 3 liters of beer. A buddy of mine is a home brewer, and he made a really awesome beer. I mean, it was really good. And so we took it up here, and I drank pretty much all of it. I slept horrible, man. I mean, so being slightly hungover, plus terrible sleeping, it's a little hard painting right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little tough. And by the way, if you're an alcoholic, don't do this. All right, don't go drinking and trying to paint. All right, so we want to make the light kind of come in from this way, and so as the light is gonna, hit the hills this way, I guess you can say. And again, I'm leaving it, pretty muted, at least for right now. We'll come back in with the, some highlights and everything when we get into the thicker detailing of the paint. But for right now, I'm just, still blocking in a textural something to just give the eye something to go through in the background there. All right, so I'm using a lot less solvent as I'm bringing in the a little bit thicker paint.
I thought that's what you were doing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Stop painting, man.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry, I won't look.
No, it's okay. It actually is something. It's like, so here I am. Usually I'm painting somewhere urban, people around or whatever. But up here at a campsite, which, I don't know what to say for that, but, if you're a woman up here painting by yourself, then, I mean, like, I've never come across anybody dangerous, I haven't. So, I mean, but yeah, as a, I guess as a woman, you want to either get yourself a man. By man, I mean a man, or get yourself a Colt 45 Peacemaker. Yeah, I mean, because here this guy's walking by, he's, nothing. But me being a big guy, this and that, and everything, I don't, the only thing I have to worry about is a bear, and even then, I'd take on a bear. But apparently a gorilla, that's new that you gotta do. But as a guy, I really don't care. I mean, the only thing that really irritates me, the animals are nothing. It'd be other people, I guess, but not for that reason. Okay, so this is, it's knocked back in there. Just a lot of texture. Will probably come back in a lot more. Let's start bringing this forward up stuff a little. We got to work on this texture up here. So when it comes forward, we got yellow and red because it warms it up. All right. And then you get like, you get this family coming up and they have a dog and whatever and kids and whatever. And, I can see as a painter, you're like, oh, there's a guy out there, it looks like he's painting, but who knows? And I can see where, they're also leery as well. Like, what creep is out here painting, But just make do, guys. I'm going to simplify this a little bit, but keep adding some texture, a little bit of both, okay? But I really want this path to be the shining moment right up in here. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good.
Oh, looking great.
Just out painting. Beautiful day.
How
hello.
fun.
Hello.
That is so cool.
Hey, thank you.
Oh, beautiful.
Guys going up to Jenks Lake?
Yep.
All right.
We're going to try anyway.
All right.
That's awesome.
Oh, thank you. I mean, we've got a lot of work to do here. Just lightly dragging the brush here. The reason we're doing that is because I wanted this actually to be shadow. My initial composition was to leave it out. Let's just put it in and see if we like it. If we like it, we'll leave. If we don't, it gets de-rezzed. Hello. Hi, how are you? Okay, for those of the botanists who subscribe to the channel for the botany lesson, these trees are called pine trees. They're pretty much all over the place up here, and that's about it. Oh man, I don't know what that is. All right, so now we're starting to get into the painting where we're putting in some details, some highlights. This is really thick paint going over everything. And I'm like really drawing in where my highlights are, where my planes are. Basically because we're going off of everything we put in here, okay? So, that's a long story short. We're starting to put in some details here, okay? Okay, we're now at a decision-making point. So we have all these trees here, but we haven't put in all the, the pine needles and everything, and the branches and the twigs. But we also have this blue that we want to put in here. And so, I don't know what we're going to do. By the way, these are Rembrandt paints. I'm not endorsed this, that, whatever. But if wants me to, I'd be more than happy to. But you know, these are these little travel tube size, perfect for plein air painting things. I gotta be honest with you. If you're going out in the field, they're just smaller, lighter, all that good stuff. Then again, bring the big tubes because you never know when you're going to run out. And then you see for white, I always have Mr. Monster 40 millimeter tube. Is this the 40? 150. These are the 150s. So I always have this for the white because, you know, all these run out of white. Okay, so we took a step back just to get our bearings on it. Let the mind put it together for you. See what you're doing right, wrong, left, and right. So obviously you need to put that in whatever. I really like a lot of it, how it's going. It really isn't, you know, finished for a lot of it, but there's a lot of really good texture, and the painting kind of reads pretty well. Work on these shadows a little bit more. Put in the sky, and then we're just gonna, you know, put a lot of, you know, branches and twigs and whatnot in there. Just kind of obfuscating it a little, blending it out a little, because I don't want your eye getting caught up here anywhere. You know, I want your eye to be able to get through the painting, okay, without having to get stuck on some hard edges. Okay. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Good to see your talent.
Sure.
Oh my gosh.
Hey.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, you know.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
We're working on it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Are you guys gonna hike to Jenks Lake or?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. We're gonna see if we can make that uphill climb.
I know, man. I was tempted to go up there with all my gear and everything, but I decided not to.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yep.
Well, how long have you been out here? Just since this morning, or?
About an hour or so.
Really?
Yeah.
My mother-in-law was an artist, and she used to do stuff like this.
Oh, wonderful.
Only she didn't come out and actually sit and do it like this.
Mm-hmm.
She would take a photograph and then take it home and then do it.
And the safety of the
Yeah.
little studio there, huh?
Yeah, and she had a full-on studio upstairs of her house.
Nice.
So my
Yeah.
father-in-law built it for her. It was complete glass all the way around.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
So she had all natural light.
with all the natural ambient light.
Yes.
Yes. Wonderful.
Beautiful. Well,
All right.
enjoy your piece.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice.
Enjoy your walk. Okay, so that lady just said, you know, wherever, you know, had a studio and this and that and whatever. But here's the thing: when you do plein air painting, no matter what kind of artist you are, you really want to get out in the field and paint, or paint from life. And the reason is because it really helps develop your skills. Unless, of course, the entirety of your painting is, you know, just studio work that, you know, looks and is studio work. I mean, you know, I guess you just do it in the studio, but the idea is that you want to, because the color that you see on the computer screen right now and the color that is out there and the color that is on here are all different colors. Okay, they're all different colors. And that's important because you know, you got to develop your style, and that includes your style is not only your brush work and your subject matter or whatever, but it also do with your color palette. That's also part of your style. So now what I'm doing is just kind of going in overall, just, you know, getting a little, taking care of the stuff that wasn't really finished, or, you know, as I was putting in texture or the fun abstract stuff. You know, I'm just kind of taking care of it with some, you know, obfuscating the lines, blurring some stuff, blending it, just reworking some of my line quality. That's all I'm really doing right now. Right here, watch this. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. White into my yellow ochre thing, and if it works right. I think it worked right. Okay, so I'm pretty much going to stop here for right now, and the reason is because, you know, my son has changed a little bit. No, I don't know. but I'm also kind of crapping out, man. I need water and this and that, whatever. So I'm going to leave this here for right now, and we'll see what we get. All right, one scene. All right, if we step back a little, step forward a little. Anyway, so yeah, so this is a pretty fun day out here painting. You know, it's gorgeous being up in the mountains. It really is. I mean, the thing when you paint a painting is you want to go somewhere that's beautiful and inspires you. Because when you find that, then the painting's just going to happen. That's it. All right. All right. Till next time, like and subscribe. Tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell some of you kind of know, tell some of you don't know. All that good stuff, because yeah, I could really use it. All right, have fun. Bye. So crazy enough, just as I was finishing, getting ready to pack up, this guy came along and he really liked it, and he's amazed by it. And I was like, well, hey, hot dog, man, do you want to buy it?
Why, yes. It is a very good painting that I would like to purchase for cash money.
I only accept crypto.
Okay. That sounds like...
You know what? All right, with any luck, the lighting is good. Got the microphone out. We're all happy. Dog might bark. Okay, so here we have this painting I did up there in Big Bear while I was camping with the guys. You know, an annual camping trip. Totally fun. Usually I don't ever do a painting on a drinking trip. It just doesn't mix well, as you can see. So, but I do like the idea of the painting. I like how it was actually structured and this and that and everything. But, you know, there's like a lot of foliage that was up in here, this and that. We have to really, you know, push, pull. This is like a nice base painting, I guess you can say. And I let it dry. So, you know, because like if you try and do a painting, you know, you do your painting, you come back a couple of days later, it gets kind of gummy or whatever. So I let it fully dry about a week and a half now. But anyway, let's finish this painting up. I think it's a good start. It needs to be finished. Let's see what happens.